Yes, this is Judah Lion, Lifestyle TV, the veteran serving the country, still serving the country. Now, if it's your first time coming on this live, please, it will be an honor if you could hit the like, share, and subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I go live. And yes, the American Armed Forces, man, there's no organization like it in this world. Army, Marine, Air Force, Coast Guard, Army, Marine, Air Force, Coast Guard, and I would say to some extent Border Patrol. But they have a different reputation, but they protect the borders, right? So they're just as important, right? So benefits, lots of benefits, man, and especially for immigrants, lots and lots of benefits in this great organization called the United States Military. Now you can join anyone. Some got within various degrees different criteria, right? Some got different criteria for joining. Okay. Some of the benefits, it's a lot of benefits, man. Whenever you get out, you get it. And if you're what is called a disabled veteran, I mean, you don't have to be a disabled veteran to get benefits. Three of the main benefits I know is education, which is called a GI Bill. I try to go into it as much as possible, but if I miss something, you just gotta go ahead and Google and you get it. Okay, all right. So the GI Bill, it's given to you. There's also one that goes with the GI Bill called Tuition TA, Army Tuition Assistance. Right, that one you use when you're in the military. Right, you get your commander's authorization, get your captain to sign off and all that, and they will sign off on all that because the army is big on education, right? Okay. The GI Bill. When you get out, that's when you can use the GI Bill. It pays your tuition fee, right? It also pays for book, stipends, right? And if you're doing if you're going to school using the GI Bill, it pays for the books and everything, right? It also give you a nice stipend. Depends on where and where in the country you live. It will pay you BAH, which is Basic Allowance for Housing. All right. I don't know if it's one of my subscribers, but blessings. Can you tap the like button if you're not subscribed? I'm talking about benefits of joining the United States military. Lots. So GI Bill is one of them. Pays books, stipends. It also it pays for the course itself, but send you a monthly, which is kept at the same rate. Depends on where you go. Everybody get the same GI Bill based on where you live. Okay. The VA loan. I'm going from the most important to, the VA loan. That is huge because the VA loan works with low credit scores, and most lenders will take it, right? So if you want a house and you're 18, 19, 20, 21, I think the army takes people go right up to 40. You can join. Right up to 40, you can join. Right? Right. So the VA that covered the GI Bill, VA loan, right? You got when you're military, you get to live on the base. On post housing is not a huge benefits, right? You get what is called when you're in the military, you get at least 4 paychecks, I should say. You get BAH. That's if you're married. If you're not married, you get some level of BAH, but you live in the barracks. And they also give you BAS, which is meal, money for your meals. All right. If you're married, you have a choice. You can either live on base or on or off base. All right. So much things popping up on my news break, man. But I'm just saying that if you want to get your life in high gear, join the United States military. Great way. So we've touched on the VA loan, GI Bill, and I'm touching living on base, right? So the BAH, that's base housing allowance, base housing allowance. And if I call these acronyms wrong, anybody who's ever served can correct me in the comments. That's no problem. I've been out for a little while, so I might forget a thing or two, right? Yeah. So there's clothing. If you go overseas, I'm talking about all the benefits. You get family separation, right? As a duty pay, and whatever money you earn overseas during that 6 to a year or more tour, it's tax free. Tax free. Sorry. Right? Yeah. So you get, if you go to you get the respect of serving the country. That's the biggest one. Right? You get the respect. So lots of benefits to joining the military: mental, physical, spiritual, and the biggest one, financial. If you want to learn to get organized, time management, stress management, even though it's stressful in there some of the time, the United States military is the way to go. Right? Yeah, it's the way to go. Living in America and struggling, you want to get on your feet? Let's just join the army, man. And when I say army, Air Force, no, Army, Air Force, no, Army, Marine, Air Force, Coast Guard. I try to call them in order because biggest one is the Army itself, and then you got the Marines. They don't play. They go first. Then you got the Air Force. They don't play either. They rain down judgment, and the Coast Guard, which secures air, land, and sea, I think. Who's viewing? Can you subscribe? Have you been in the military? Are you a veteran? Comment where you're watching from. Okay, I can't see who's watching. Touch the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I'm talking about the military, but I'm also hunting subscribers. All right? Yes, travel is a big one. On your first assignment will be needs of the Army. Wherever the Army see that they need you, especially your job title. I was a 92 Yankee supply guy. I go first and I'm the last to leave, right? And depends on the job you get in the Army, depends on the score you get in the Army. The higher the score, I think if you get 110 and above, you can pretty much choose any job, right? Right. And while you're in the military, you can also go to what is called GT improvement and get your GT score up, and then change your job. It's called reclass. If you don't like a job but you need a higher score, yes. So the military got a lot of, I could go on and on and on, right? Travel is one of them. New places. Because after your first duty station is up, you can basically pick and choose as long as your job is needed over there, right? Talking about military benefits, peeps. If you see the title, and just trying to go over some of them, and I'm hunting watch time, I'm also hunting subscribers. It's a mountain. It's a Goliath. Yeah, man. And also, being in the Army, when you shop on base, you and your family get reduced, like gas and certain items, Yeah. So I spoke about travel pay, and when you get out of the military, whatever is wrong with you, and you as long as you put in your paperwork, right, and they do their evaluations, you will be awarded some form of benefits. That's another video. Benefits benefits to being an Army veteran. Right now we're talking about benefits being in the Army, right? Physical fitness. You ain't gonna have no choice but to be fit in the United States military, right? So because you're fit, and you work out and you sweat every day, right? Yes. Who's that touching? Thank you very much. Because you're fit, you're gonna be mentally sharp. Most people normally mentally sharp. Time management. So they teach you a lot of stuff in the military, man. How to manage your time, how to invest your money. You learn about weapons, medical, how to treat for shock, and all of that. You learn that. Yeah. So most people who join the army will never be the same again for various reasons. It's got its challenges in there. People who try to push you down, but most of them is good people. And I love the traveling, different locations, right? I've been to South Korea, Germany, Iraq, Kuwait, and in the States, never been to Afghanistan. Been to Columbus, Georgia. Fort Sam Houston was where I got out of the military at. Yeah. So if you want to get ahead in life and you're young, 18 to 40, comment below. United States military. Sign up. Sign up, folks. You can't beat it. They'll take you from almost being nothing. I want to say nothing. Everybody's something, but not having anything, not having no discipline. Don't know how to manage your money. Don't know manage your time. They will drill all of that into you until you got it on like clockwork. Right? You learn to march. You learn to keep your appearance neat with military standards. And when you get out of the army, you probably keep a lot. I keep a lot of the things I learned in the army. I got rid of the whatever I don't need, like time management, keeping my body fit, money management, stress management, right? All of that I learned in the United States military. And also your job, I was a logistics personnel. That can also translate over to the civilian world. Yeah. Yeah, one of the greatest move, one of the best move I ever made was to join the United States military, right? And I always tell my friends, relatives, the little cousins growing up, the niece and nephews, hey, you want to get a house? If you're not a citizen, you want to be a citizen? Military service as an immigrant in the military. That's one of the biggest benefits next to education, right? VA loan, being a veteran, being a citizen of another country, you got a green card, trying to get a citizen, join the army. Military service. That's one of the biggest draw for immigrants to come into the army. You're a little bit sleepy. Yeah. Touch the like button if you ended it. Comment so I can know who's watching and where you're watching from. I like when you do that. YouTube likes that. The algorithm will pick up my channel. Right? I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of this year. And then thanks to the Almighty God. And 4,000 watch hours. And I want to be monetized before December or December at least. Right? I got 3 people. Give me 2 more likes. Likes pay the bills around here, not love. Yes, the army, man. The military was my first job. The first job I ever had in America was I joined the army in Boston. Yeah. Went to Iraq 4 times. First time was 2003 when there was in the invasion, getting rid of Saddam Hussein. I was there. Y'all can Google me. Cadian Curtis. You see me on there with my weapon in the air, taking pics and videos. But yes, folks, if you got young people, college. I would think I already covered that. But that's one of the biggest things, man. Money for college. And when you're in the army, some jobs come with bonus. Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. Depends on the needs of the military. And if your MOS is short, which MOS I think is military occupational specialty. And if I forget some of them, Somebody can correct me. That's all right. I can be corrected on here if I'm saying something and it's not 100% true. Comment in there. And yeah, I went to go visit the Yorktown battlefield in right here, Yorktown, where they defeated the British at Chesapeake Bay. Yeah. So now I think one of these days I'm going to Jamestown. That place is the first America. I think it's the first permanent settlement. You gotta know the history of the country you live in, man. 10 people. Come on, give me some subscribing. 11 people. Wow, that just went from 4 to 10. What? Yes, benefits of the military, man. I talk about the pay. Your pay is regular. Whether you work or not, as long as you show up to work, you will be paid in the United States military, even if you don't live paying. And if you want to get some loan, get your cars, United States Army, being a soldier opens a lot of doors, man. And then when you get out of the military, you got what is called veteran preference. Yeah, veteran preference. Greatest organization. I mean, they got some bull S. You already know. But what don't have bull S? Huh? TTT. Civilian job got more. I tell people, oh, I said they don't want to go in the army and get out alive or something. I said, listen, man, if you're in the army and something's wrong with you, the military will take care of you. I'm living proof of that. Came from Jamaica with nothing, right? Just myself. Went into the military, spent a couple years, right, folks? Yeah. I went into the army, spent a couple years, and Uncle Sam takes care of me, man. You know, this was in South Korea, and that's when I got the bald-head look, and I never changed since then. That's my oldest son. That's my youngest son. And that's my second oldest son. But that's me. An immigrant military man. So you know I ain't talking no ish. Yeah. So I work for this, man. I'm gonna drift a little bit. That's why I say one of the things I would do with all these immigrants coming across, put them in the army. Can somebody say if that's a good idea or something? Vet them, get information about them from their own country, and put them in the United States military. If you want to be a citizen, serve the country. If you want a green card and you don't have nobody here and you're trying to come up in the country, put them in the military. What do y'all think about that? Got 7 people. Come on, somebody put it on down to 5. Down to 5. Going. It's an auction. Anybody want to buy that idea? Put them in the army. A lot of people talking about what we're gonna go fight for, blah blah. Talking about strictly from a person's benefits. Even if you don't love the country, serve it, get the benefits, and you will be rewarded for life. Yeah, you'll be rewarded for life. And if you stay long enough and there's something wrong with you, they will take care of you. Right? When you get out as a veteran, especially if you're 100% like me, you get a book of benefits. No, you're like the U.S. military, man. Sergeant Curtis at your service, right? No, we're like the United States Army. So I ain't coming on here just talking, man. I joined the army straight out of Jamaica. Didn't even know how to fire a firearm. That's another thing too. You learn so many things you learn in the military, man. Map reading, how to treat wounds. You're a mix of everything when you get out of the army. How to track, evacuate, you know. And I got a lot of skills. Map reading is very important. What if the grid goes down and you gotta use a compass? Might have forget some of the stuff, but I know this. Check the legend. Orientate the map. Remember that? Yeah. So for the college benefit, man. So a lot of these young kids getting what time is it? School loans. Okay, I got to pick up my son at near 5. So a lot of these kids getting school loans. The army will pay you TA, tuition assistance, while you're serving the country. They will pay for your college, get you the supplies. You just can't fail. When you're using TA, it's different from the GI Bill. You can't fail the class. If you fail the class, you will have to pay the money back. I don't know why I said that, but hey. But when you get out and get your GI Bill, the Montgomery GI Bill, you'll be able to, even if you fail a class, you can take it over. So some of you guys, young girls, guys, both. Getting student loans, man. Debt. Then when you get out, guess what? Sorry. You gotta pay it back. Sorry, I just eat, folks. Cook some white rice and tin mackerel, Jamaican style. So many benefits, man. But if you want to know everything, just Google it. I'm just touching on some of them. Yeah, man. I was in South Korea when I took this picture. South Korea. And it's like a special portrait or something. Yeah. Did that for almost 20 years. Got out the army. The first 3 years, I went to Iraq. Well, Kuwait first. Well, before that, I was in NTC in Death Valley, California. Right? 9/11 took off. I went home and I found myself in a desert. Nothing but sand, spiders, terrorists, heat, hot wind. Yeah. Sleeping in the back of a truck, eating on the go, bathroom on the road. A military life, but it's not. But you will, once you complete it and get out, they will take care of you, man. All you gotta do when you get out of the military is put in your paperwork. You get your degrees and whatever, and you come out, get your house. You can go back to school if you want. They pay for it. Yeah. I just wish most people in America, especially the young folks, would try it. Even the reserves. 1 week a month, 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Even the reserves. Yeah. Even the reserves. Only thing with the reserves, you get half of what you would get in the military. Yeah. You got some, and then they also have something called thrift. So investing, the army is into investing. It's called a thrift savings, and you can match it just like a 401k. You get with finance, I think they automatically do it a certain percentage, and if you want to max it out, then you put in their max. So they work with you. You know, you always got somebody in the military you can talk to, your supervisor, right? They give you a safety brief. Which job you can get that cares about you so much that they tell you what not to do on the weekend. The military, all that. Safety brief. Every Friday they tell you, don't drink, don't drive, don't beat your spouse, blah, blah, blah. Whole bunch of good stuff. And Monday morning somebody does. Don't do drugs. They try to keep you off drugs. Right? So to solve a lot of people problem, man, pay off all those student loan, serve the country. Right? A lot of them immigrants running across, if I was the government, put them in the United States Armed Forces. Beef up the force. Army, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard. Right? You trying to get out, trying to get your house real quick? Trying to get paid to go to school real quick? Yeah, trying to get in shape so your clothes can fit you? Learn about eating, nutrition. Teaches you the importance of getting enough rest so you can function optimal performance. United States military. Yeah, I can't get over it, man. Sometimes I miss that guy, man. Yeah, I miss putting on the uniform. You know, lacing up the boots, going on the range, packing up the rock, the camaraderie. Miss that. You know, the pay, the medical benefits, dental benefits, a whole bunch of stuff, man. And life will never be the same once you get out the army, because there's a part of you that would always be in the military. Yeah. I got 4 tours of Iraq. And that's another vlog. 4 tours. One of Kuwait and 4 tours in Iraq. South Korea was where I took this pic. Yeah. That's where I took that pic right there. Yeah. And Hawaii. Paradise. I lived in Hawaii for 3 years. Yeah. Yeah. Was a journey, man. From 2001 October till 2016. I got out the first 3 years. I couldn't stand it, man. I thought I was like, too much woods, too much. And I've been deployed twice, but it was the worst mistake I ever made, getting out of the army. But long story cut short, I came right back in. Still didn't retire, but I got good medical benefits and a check. Yeah, so if you come in the army, something's wrong with you. Uncle Sam will make sure you got that condition and they'll cut you some checks, man. So it's a win-win situation. Joining the United States military, right? Getting out of, you know, instead of going to school and taking all these loans, VA loan, right? You can't beat it, man. Even if you got a low credit score, yeah. So if you live in America or the territories, consider, and I'm not a recruiter for the army, I'm done with the army, right? God bless the United States military and all those veterans, past, present, and future, right? And I gotta go pick my son up. So everyone, have a blessed day. Yeah. Sergeant Curtis at your service. That was the first time I got that ball. Yeah. Missed the military, man. But all good things got to come to an end. But it was a period of life where it was challenging, but they took care of you, man. If something isn't in your contract, the army will honor it, right? They believe in family. That's another benefit, right? Your family will be taken care of if something happens. You deploy, they got resources, family readiness group, and all of that to help your significant other cope. So now I'm out of here. You all have a good day. And subscribe to Judah Lion Lifestyle TV. One love.